Ladies and gentlemen, your next fight, brought to you by the Cock of the Walk, Warbringer Whiskey, is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury Amateur Series Featherweight Division. Introducing your first competitor, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, and he weighed in at 146.6 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, tonight he looks for his second win as an amateur. Here is the Bushido Warrior, Davante George. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, and he weighed in at a perfect 145 pounds. Fighting out of San Antonio, Texas, his amateur record stands at 3 wins, 3 losses. Here is Isaac El Maton Torres. Your referee in charge, Professor Joe Solis.
All right, Professor Joe Solis getting the assignment here for fight number 3. Davante George, blue gloves. Isaac Torres, red.
Davante just missing with that front kick. I think it actually hit the hair.
Ooh.
Big step in knee. Just barely missed.
Yeah, and I think this is the right move for Isaac. I mean, going in there, slowing this pace down just a little bit. You know, because like we said, if he goes into the later rounds, he tends to win these fights that he's in. And Davante, you know, he comes out with that, you know, furious pace, tried to come out the same, and Isaac getting this to the ground, slowing this down just a little bit.
George ends up scoring a good whizzer, allows him to break. This is exactly what he wanted. Oh, nice step through on the right hand into the shot, but not a lot of commitment to doing damage with the punch. Kind of used it to enter in this over-under.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, as you know, a skilled boxer as he is, I mean, going in there and staying in the pocket, you know, with that close pressure like we were talking about, I mean, kind of surprised that this fight's gone to the ground. But
yeah, same.
Isaac is doing a good job of controlling the fight for sure.
Looking really good at it too, technically.
Yeah, really nice. Using his punches well to close the distance. Getting those body locks, using angles to get this down to the mat. Really nice transitions, and remember, Davante George won his last fight by triangle choke. See those long legs. He's a little bit taller than Isaac. Isaac, I'm sure, is aware of that. Not going to let him feed that arm, one of those arms through.
Yeah, George looked for almost like a rubber guard prior to the last get up. So no real pass attempt though from Torres. You know, and you can't just kind of be content to sit in someone's guard. There we go. There's some decent ground and pound, but you gotta try to progress beyond the guard.
Yeah,
there's that triangle. There's not a lot of time left. He's got to get the legs figure forward, and he got some pressure on the back of that head now.
Yeah, he's got it, but
it's just it was a lot, but just a little too late. You know, however, a fully locked up triangle is more offense than a double leg into the guard. You know what I mean? So, honestly, these amateurs are giving these judges a lot to think about in these fights tonight. Because, I mean, I'd say Torres is probably up from the wrestling, but Davante, he threw the bigger shots. And honestly, he had the bigger threat on the ground. You give that a few more seconds, and that triangle is a real potential fight finisher.
Yeah, and I wonder how much, Alex, they take advantage or the advancement or the lack of advancement once you're in the guards doing ground and pound. I wonder how much they take that into consideration, because the guard was open plenty of times,
Sure,
and he never attempted to pass. So I wonder if they take that into consideration whenever they're judging.
Yeah,
I mean, personally, I know what the criteria is, but personally, I wonder what they think of that.
Yeah, I'll make sure to ask one of the judges on another card, just out of curiosity. That's a great question. And again, like that seemed like to be a pretty clear Torres round until the last 10 seconds.
Oh, nice right there from Davante George.
And Davante kind of feigning that knee, that switch knee, and then switching to that hook cross.
He's using very unorthodox entries with the knee into the punches. I mean, that's really cool to see. That knee is effectively acting as a feint. You gotta block those kicks and knees too. Usually changes the level of your hands. Quick body lock takedown there from Torres.
And I gotta tell you, for a boxer, Isaac Torres does some really effective takedowns.
Yeah, he sure does. He fights more like a wrestler.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, Isaac, you're going to slide your knee across his belly here, my brother. Don't rest on your time. Feel the pressure.
Yes, coaches are calling for transitions into mount.
Yeah, we'll see if that opens up for Isaac.
Yeah, it can be really difficult while Davante George has that left arm kind of around the waist. Kind of use that to pop, just like he almost did, use to pop yourself out. You got to be careful, though.
He might have cost himself here. Davante George tried the cage walk, tried to reverse, get out, and now that choke is in pretty tight. Is this going to be
really
enough for Isaac Torres? Flattened out.
Oh, that's locked.
Can he tap the Bushido Warrior?
It looks like all the grappling's paying off for Torres so far.
Davante George survives, but now in mount is Torres.
Yeah, this is the best positioning Torres had by far. He had the full back exposure. Now he's in full mount, threatening submissions, doing some ground and pound. Like this is great groundwork. He's got a head and arm choke. Possible. He's got to get his head to the other side of Davante's arm if he wants to threaten that.
Yeah, and he's going to have to get his other arm involved to do that. And he did a good job of, the crossface. When you got a really tight crossface, it's really difficult to maneuver around that arm. You got to loosen it a little bit, but then that leaves it open for Davante to switch to this. Looks like he's trying to switch to an arm bar now. I think Davante felt that and thought the back was a safer spot because if he'd have turned any more, I think Torres was going to chase that arm bar.
And then even if not the arm bar, there was certainly a back take there as well. Now, granted, I don't know how much better this is, but
yeah, he's still fighting. That's the only upside.
Yeah.
Man, Isaac Torres sold a lot of tickets. It is getting loud in here.
Yes, he did. I mean, this was a much better round for Torres. The grappling really paying off.
Man, what a round for Isaac Torres.
Yeah, Isaac Torres showing a really well-rounded game tonight against a bigger opponent, that is a dangerous striker. And, both guys have kept a pretty good pace throughout this fight so far. But a very dominant round for Isaac Torres there.
Be sure to pick up your official San Antonio exclusive Fury FC hoodie, available in the lobby tonight only. It's exclusive to San Antonio. It's only available tonight. Sporting that Spurs look to it. Be sure to pick it up tonight before you leave the venue.
San Antonio sweatshirt inspired by a certain team logo here. Looks really nice. Love that black and silver.
Yeah, I'll be leaving with one of those today, I'm sure.
Yes. Let's get round 3 going.
Yeah, Davante throwing that kick out there without leading with anything. Torres just closes his space, has that body lock again. mean, this has been kind of his secret weapon here for this fight, is this position. Gets it down to the ground, and then control-wise has been dominating. So be careful here. Don't know how good Davante's guillotine is, but well, it's no good now. But
yeah, Torres really had no interest in striking in this fight.
yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a showcase fight for Torres. I think he wanted to show his grappling. I think he wanted to show, you know, that he wasn't just a boxer. And so far, so good. I mean, we've seen hardly any boxing at all out of Torres tonight.
Yeah, I mean, other than the punches to set up his takedowns, which have almost all been successful.
And Davante's got to make some space here. He's got to let go of that guard to go around the head and try to keep the guard closed.
I will issue a mistake by me. Wrong Isaac Torres on the boxing record, 10-1. And that's a different Isaac Torres. That's on me, because I looked up Isaac Torres and saw that all of us were following him, but it's a different Isaac Torres. So Isaac Torres in San Antonio, I apologize about that. That is on me. He is not a 2012 alternate. I was doing the math. I was like, there's no way he could have, because he's only 23 years old.
I looked at his age and thought it was absolutely bizarre, but I didn't know. So,
no,
hey,
that was me. My bad.
Honest mistake. We got the prelim amateurs anyway. It's okay.
Well, I was going to take a picture with him later because he was the first person in history to be 7 years old and at the Olympics, I thought.
Oh, there's a triangle by Davante. Oh, slammed out of it from the wrestler in Isaac Torres.
Yeah.
The way he moves and is even built, I'll bet you this Isaac Torres wrestled in high school. I'm like safe to assume that. I can ask his corner after this, but he's fighting like a good wrestler, and he's grappling like a good wrestler.
So if you're an amateur that's going to be fighting for Fury, update your Instagrams. Let me find you. I couldn't find this Isaac Torres. I found one Isaac Torres, so my fault to the Torres family.
Yeah, make sure you tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes.
That's the worst thing that can happen is we don't know anything about you and you're trying to talk about you when you're walking out. So we start talking about your shorts or something. But a lot to talk about here with Isaac Torres. 145 pounds, and I don't know, Alex, he looks like he could go down to 135, and man, what a force he was today, and man, what a good showing for Isaac Torres.
I think that one's a pretty clear 2, maybe 3 rounds Torres. I mean, he won rounds 2 and 3. Certainly no matter. That was a good performance. He's got a good bounce to his step 2. And that was a pretty high output. A lot of wrestling, very demanding. And then Davante had some good moments himself. Locked up a couple of triangles. Showed some critics striking with those knee entries into the punches. But I think Torres was able to figure that out about midway through the fight.
That was a fun fight. Good moments for both fighters. Isaac Torres, those last 2 rounds, as you mentioned, just looked phenomenal. And for Davante George, the 30-year-old, looks like more than likely that record's going to go to 1 and 3, but still hope to see him here again. So much potential here for Davante George. I mean, just look at him physically for 145.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic. Let's see how the judges scored this one. Here's Wade.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for your decision. Brought to you by Warbringer Whiskey. With scores of 29-28, 30-27, and 30-27, your winner by unanimous decision, Isaac El Maton Torres.
Congratulations to Isaac Torres. Moves that record up to 4 and 3. And getting to that mark where that pro debut might be coming soon for Isaac Torres. We hope to see him fight as a professional here at Fury. With that, let's keep things moving.